Hello. Welcome to this short wake up and flow practice. The idea here is to get you moving right away. And this practice is appropriate for all levels. If you have access to two blocks, you may want to grab them. If you don't have blocks, you could use piles of books, a couple dictionaries, or you could even tent your hands for what we're going to use them for today. So let's get right into it. Come to a comfortable seat. Feel free to sit cross-legged or sit on your heels or on one of your blocks. And then just rest your hands down on your knees, and we'll just close the eyes for a moment here. And as you come into stillness, take a moment to feel into your body this morning. Notice if you feel any residual tension from sleeping. Notice if any areas of the body maybe still feel sleepy. Observe the parts of you that feel open and ready to start moving. Just taking inventory here of how your body feels in this moment. And starting to deepen your breath. Feeling almost like a little subtle back bend with each inhale. Feel the center of your chest rise. Feel the shoulders roll down and back, sitting bones heavy as you exhale. With your next inhale, reach your arms out and up. Touch your palms together overhead. Exhale, pull your thumbs to your chest. Two more inhales, stretch the arms wide and up, palms touch. Exhale, thumbs to chest. One more time, full breath in, reach the arms up. Exhale, pull your thumbs to your chest. Blink your eyes open. So we're going to stay seated for a moment here. Take your right hand out to the right, place your palm down on the floor. And as you inhale, reach your left arm up and over the left side of your face, maybe bending the right elbow, working it down. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, change sides. Reach your right arm up and overhead. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, change. Spin your chest forwards. Inhale up. Exhale, change. Now this time, inhale, come to center and just switch the cross of your legs. Cross the other one in front. Take your left hand to your right knee. Bring your right fingertips behind your back. With your inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, turn your chest to the right. Maybe look back and to the right. Inhale, center. Switch sides. Right hand, left knee, lifting up. Exhale, turn your chest to the left. One more time. Left hand, right knee, lift and lengthen, and turn. Last one, come over to the other side. Right hand, left knee, left fingertips down, lift your chest, and twist. Go ahead and come back through center, and come onto your hands and your knees. Plant your hands down, shoulders width apart. Press down into the tops of your feet. Spread your fingers. Inhale, drop your belly, tailbone up, shoulder blades together, little back bend. Exhale, dome your spine. And again, inhale to your cat. Or sorry, this one's your cow. Exhale, rounding in. Come into cat pose. See if you can really work this, inhaling, continuing with the breath into the areas where it's a little more difficult, right? So when you're rounding, can you round more in your lower back? And then as you're finding your back bend, could you push the back bend up between the shoulder blades so your upper back works? One more time, exhale, push into your lower back especially. And inhale, find a little back bend, lift your chest. Now come back to a neutral spine. Now I want you to imagine you're wearing like either a weightlifting belt or like a corset, and really try to hug your midsection in and keep your belly button facing the floor. Take your right hand behind your head, reach your elbow out wide. As you inhale, lift your elbow up. Exhale, bring your right elbow towards your left thumb. Try to keep your midsection stable. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, right elbow, left thumb. One more time. Inhale, lift your elbow up. Exhale, right elbow, left thumb. This time, inhale, lift up and reach your arm out and wide. Exhale, thread your right arm under the left. Take the back of your hand to the floor and reach your left arm over your head. You're welcome to stay here, right temple to the mat. You may also choose to tuck your left arm behind your back towards your right waist or even thigh. And just if anyone wants to play around a little bit with balance, you could try extending your left leg back, curling the toes under, and lifting your leg a couple of inches off the ground. Roll your big toe down to trace your midline. Inhale. If your foot is lifted, drop it first. Bring your knee down. Take left hand in front of your face. Come onto all fours. And take your left hand behind your head. Keep your belly button facing the floor. Left elbow wide. Inhale. Exhale, left elbow, right thumb. Inhale, open it up. Exhale, left elbow, right thumb. Inhale, stretch it out. Exhale, left elbow, right thumb. Inhale, this time straighten your left arm, reach it wide, and thread your left arm under the right. Take the back of your hand to the floor and your left temple or ear to the mat. Either take your right arm overhead, or maybe tuck your right arm behind your back towards your left thigh or waist, and turn the right side of your chest open. If you want to play around a little bit with balance, you can try extending your right leg back with the toes curled. If you want even more, maybe play with lifting your straight right leg up. Keep the toes facing the floor. The good news is if you fall, it's just like a little somersault. If your foot is lifted, bring it down. Drop your right knee. Place your right hand down in front of your face and come back up onto all fours. Good. Now plant your hands down, shoulders width apart, and you can either walk your knees back into a knees down plank or step your feet back into full plank. Push the floor away from you. Press down into your thumb and index knuckles. Wrap your biceps out and away from each other, but then reach your top sternum forwards, even as you feel the shoulder blades widening on your upper back. If your toes are curled, stay high on the balls of your feet. Tops of the thigh bones skywards, tailbone to heels. 3, 2, shift forwards. Feel free to lower your knees. Exhale all the way onto your belly. So nice pose to heat you up quickly. Press down into the tops of your feet, tailbone long. Inhale, curl your chest up, baby cobra. Little back bend. Exhale, roll down. Keep the elbows hugging back. Inhale, curl your chest up. Feel the hands trying to drag back and wide. And exhale to the floor. One more time. Inhale, curl your chest up, collarbones wide. Exhale, roll down. Curl your toes under. Inhale. Exhale, maybe use the knees, come up to plank, and lift your hips up and back. Come into downward facing dog. So feel free to take a few moments here in down dog. If your hamstrings are feeling a little tighter this morning, you might start with your feet pretty wide. You could even shorten up your stance a little bit to drive the heels closer to the ground. Feel free to get any little fidgets out. Maybe shake your head no and yes. Maybe slow motion biking out of the legs. You could even sway your hips side to side, work into the outer hips. And then take a couple breaths in stillness, pushing down into your thumb and index knuckles, vigorously straightening your arms, pressing your heels down towards the floor. And don't worry about it if they're not close to the floor. They never have to touch the floor. Just feel them moving in that direction. Now with your next inhale, look forwards at your hands. Exhale, walk your feet all the way up to meet your hands. Take your feet hips width and parallel. And with your inhale, come up halfway. With your exhale, forward fold, generous bend in the knees to bring your belly either on or in between your thighs. Soften your neck, shake it no and yes. If it feels good, you're welcome to maybe hook your thumbs or clasp your hands behind your back, straightening the elbows and letting the arms drop. If it feels like it's too early for that, maybe interlace your hands on the back of your neck and massage your neck up towards the base of your skull. Just let this first one feel really good. Now unclasp your hands and inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Generous bend in the knees, drop your tailbone, round your spine, and then try to roll yourself up to standing sequentially. Let your head and shoulders be the last thing to lift up. Now with your next inhale, reach your arms out and up. Exhale, arms wide, fold forwards. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, stand up, reach your arms up. Exhale your thumbs to your chest. All right, if you are going to use blocks or something like blocks, this would be a great time to grab them. So go ahead and grab your 2 blocks. You'll take them up at the front of your mat, and then inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, bow forwards. Now inhale, come up halfway, grab your blocks, and I want you to frame your right foot with the blocks. The height of the blocks will just depend on your height. Step your left leg back into a long lunging stance. Make sure your feet are in 2 lanes of traffic and your hands are supported on the blocks. Now keep your left leg really straight. As you inhale, sink your hips, draw your right outer hip back, and reach your top sternum forwards. Exhale, straighten both legs and fold over your right leg. If it feels good, you can flex your right toes skywards. Do that again. Inhale, bend your right knee, sink your hips, lift your chest. Exhale, straighten both legs and fold. One more time. Inhale, bend your right knee, sink your hips. Exhale, forward fold. Now rebend your right knee and bring your left knee to the mat. Good. Feel free to keep the toes curled under or not. Bring both hands up to your right thigh. Lift your chest over your hips. Roll your left inner thigh back. Try to keep your pelvis upright, and then lift your left arm up to the sky. Leave your right hand on your thigh. As you exhale, tip your torso over to your right. Push down into the 4 corners of your right foot. Inhale, reach through your fingertips. Exhale, a little more space to side bend. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, bring your hands down. Move the blocks off to the sides or out of the way. Plant your hands down, lift your left knee up. And we're just gonna do that. We're not gonna hold this. We'll just do some really easy push-ups. Heel toe your right foot to the left edge of your mat as if you were gonna come into pigeon and hold. Lower your left knee, but now tent your hands. Inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, drop your chest over your shin. 2 more. Inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, drop your chest. Push into your right outer foot. Inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, drop your chest. Inhale, lift your chest. Widen your hands. Curl your left toes under. Walk your right foot over. And maybe 1 or 2 steps, step your left foot next to the right. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, bow forwards. Inhale, stand all the way up, palms together. Exhale, thumbs to chest. Good. Second side. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, come up halfway. Grab your blocks. This time, step your right foot back. Make sure your feet are in 2 lanes and frame your left foot with the blocks. Keep your left outer hip pulling back. Inhale, sink your hips, lift your chest. Exhale, straighten both legs and fold. Hug your left outer hip back. And then again, inhale, left knee bends, little back bending lunge. Exhale, straighten your legs and fold. One last time, inhale. And exhale, fold. Now rebend your left knee, place your right knee to the mat, and bring your hands up to your left thigh. Try to lift your pelvis upright, so top of the pelvis zippers to the bottom of the chest, and inhale your right arm up. Exhale, tip your torso to the left. So with each inhale, lengthen through the right side body. Exhale, find a little bit more space to side bend, opening up through the hip flexors. Inhale, lift your chest, lift your arm. Bring your hands down to the floor. Move your blocks out of the way. Heel toe your left foot to the right edge of your mat and set up for a high pigeon pose. Lay your outer shin down. Now, either on your palms or tenting your hands, inhale, lift your chest, flex your left foot. Exhale, little push-up. Drop your chest over your shin. Inhale, curl your chest up. Exhale, drop your chest down. One more time. Inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, drop your chest. Now inhale, lift your chest. Plant your hands down. This time, step back to downward facing dog. Come down onto your knees. Go ahead and take your knees wide, big toes together. Sit back into Balasana, child's pose. We're going to come into a side bend here. So lift your elbows and lift your head just an inch or so. Keeping your head framed in between your upper arms, walk your hands as far to the right as you can. See if you can get your left arm super, super straight, maybe even a little farther away from you than the right. And then you push down into your left palm and you try to plug your left upper arm back into your shoulder socket. Take a steady breath in. Exhale, change sides. Walk your hands as far to the right as you can. See if you can get your right arm super straight, maybe even straighter than the left arm. Firmly push down into your right palm. Lengthen from your right underarm to the top of your right hip. Inhale. Exhale, walk your hands to center. Come up onto hands and knees. Sit over to one side and find a seat. Feel free to sit up on your block or something if you'd like. Now, you're either going to sit cross-legged or sit on your haunches in something called Vajrasana, rock pose. We'll just take a 1-minute sit to close our practice. So roll your shoulders back, sit tall, close your eyes, rest your hands on your knees or your thighs. Try leaning a little too far forwards and just notice how that feels in your spine. And then do the opposite, lean a little too far back and feel into that. Find a sweet spot right in the middle where the shoulders can drop, the crown of the head lifts, and it feels relatively effortless. Keep your lips together and your teeth just slightly apart. We'll just take a little under a minute here just to notice the breath. Feel the gentle touch of the breath right at the tip of your nose as you inhale and as you exhale. If you get distracted, just begin again and come back to your breath. With your next inhale, join your palms at the center of your chest. And exhale, bow your head to your hands. Take a moment to acknowledge the time and effort invested into your practice this morning. If you'd like, you're welcome to set an intention to guide you through the rest of your day. Lifting your head up. One more big breath in. And sigh it out. Thank you so much for sharing your practice with me this morning. Have a wonderful day. Namaste.